guys, today we're going to do some empties and I think I finally figured out a lighting situation that I can live with. We'll see what it looks like when I put it into the computer. This is about 2 months worth of empties, and as usual I have other things inside here as well. A lot of trash, and there's skincare in here, of course, because that's what I go through the most, but there's also makeup. There's things that I've thrown away, cleaning things out. I'm going to be giving little reviews at the same time as we're going through the trash. Oh, we're going to go for it. This is the Hydra Booster Gel, and this is what I use with my which I haven't done a video on. There are 2 gels I have recently used that are so much better than every gel I've ever tried in the past, including and especially the 3 iterations of NuFace that I've tried. So I'm not going to talk about devices today, but if you use a device that requires a gel, you don't use this device, I still think you should really seriously consider getting this gel. And it's fabulous, and it lasts a long time. This one, I went through a little bit faster because it was on the floor and I stepped on it. It squirted all over the place, but this is from Medicube, and I love this gel. There's another gel I really like as well, and we'll get into that if it's in the trash. Let's talk about skincare. This is the Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF from Dermatology, and full disclosure, it's full. I put things in this little cabinet over here that you've never seen, and it was tucked in the back, and I was just, I don't know, not even cleaning out. I think I was looking for something, and I thought, let me check the date on this. I cannot tell you how important it is to check the date on your sunscreens. When they expire, they don't do anything for you. I mean, I do feel it's not like, oh, June 2023, boom, it stops working, but I wouldn't use it much past June. It's just why. So this is full, my bad, going in the trash. I already have a fresh one in the bathroom and ready to go. My Stratia Liquid Gold, you guys. I have a couple more pumps, but I wanted to put this in. Stratia has another packaging. It's exactly like this, but I think it's twice the product and at a better price. And this is well priced anyway. I have been using this for years, and it is lightweight. My skin absorbs it beautifully. When I first started using it, it took 15 minutes, but now my skin is much more thirsty and it doesn't take as long. Beautiful, beautiful. This is developed to mimic your skin's barrier. So your skin's barrier is ceramides, omega fatty acids, and cholesterol. So is this. It's in the correct ratio and the correct pH, so it's really going to strengthen your barrier. If you have a compromised barrier, please consider getting this. It's not scented. There's nothing in here that will irritate you. So if you have a highly agitated skin, it's a great one. The Paula's Choice Omega Complex Moisturizer. This I've had for a long time, and I think I'm finally done with it. I would use this once in a while. It's heavier than this, and I would use this at night if I needed something a little bit more occlusive. But now I have the Augustinus Balm, which is extraordinarily occlusive. It's lovely. I may get it again at one time, but it's not something that I need to have in my program. When it's out, the new comes in. This isn't even out. I have a couple of days left on this, but the new one is already in. This is one, maybe I'll get it on a sale. It's good to have around. And I bought it because I saw somebody say that it was very similar to the Lala cream. The Dermatology Advanced Eye, I love this. I'm going to post my dermatology video here that I did before the last sale, where I really broke into the ingredients. Yeah, there's no more in here. I already have a new one. This has, I believe it's vitamin K in it. Again, it's in the video. You know, I memorize things, but not forever. I'm of that age. It's so good for darkness, but because this is also quite light, I find that it's hydrating, and those little crinkly things down here under the eyes, sometimes I look at them and I think, I don't know moisture is going to do as much as hydration to plump it up, and I feel that this does. It absorbs immediately, and I had for a while gone on over it with the Ole Henriksen for more moisture, but the Ole Henriksen moisture, the little thing in the tube, not this thing, which I love, 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 that sometimes didn't play well with my makeup, so I retired that to my evening. Let's talk about sunscreens. There's probably more in there. The Dr. Jart Every Sun Day. I didn't love this. In fact, I had it for a very long time. It took me a long time to go through it because I didn't enjoy it. I found it to be a little bit heavy. It is mineral. It is also scented. There are citruses in here, and citrus and sun doesn't work very nicely together. In fact, it's dangerous. Now, we can assume, but they don't tell us that the citrus is distilled. If it's distilled, then it's not dangerous. But if it's just plain old citrus juice, it's not good. So I didn't enjoy the wait. I didn't enjoy the fact that I really had to wait for 20 minutes before going on with makeup. I kind of love the scent, but every time I put it on, I'm like, is this good for me or not? I don't love that one. This didn't happen until the last few times I used it. This is the Tatcha, and people said the cap, I thought they said that the cap the stuff fell apart, but it's actually the body. But I didn't have that experience, honestly. Oh my God, the sun's coming out. Until the last 3 times that I used it. And it got to the point where I would take a piece of toilet paper for this hand and for this hand, and I would not touch my fingers to this to undo it. Then I'd drop the toilet paper, I'd squeeze this out with the toilet paper, yeah. I heard that they have changed the packaging. As I did that, did you see little bits just flying down? There's some in my hair. I heard that they have changed the packaging. It's lovely. I do feel that it's very expensive. But if you don't mind spending $65 or $70 for your sunscreen, that's a lovely one. It's dimethicone based. Makeup looks beautiful, but for me, dimethicone makes me feel kind of hot. So once we start getting into the warmer months, I won't like it that much anyway. So if I buy it again, it will be at the Sephora sale in the fall. My Make Prem, this is the Light and Refreshing Sun Essence with, I can't believe I can read this, Full Moisture, UV Defense Me. This is like a gelish kind of thing. Sun Essence, I guess, is appropriate because sometimes gels can be very drying. This is not drying. I feel that it's quite hydrating. I do feel that I need to be considerate of what makeup I'm wearing over it. For instance, the Surat 2 drops. When I first got that, I was using a lot of things like this, and it didn't look that good. And then when I started using different kinds of sunscreens, suddenly that worked for me. So this is lovely if you want something that is not heavy at all. You cannot feel its presence. It doesn't feel sticky. It doesn't leave a white cast. It doesn't leave a white cast. It's been a while. It might leave a little bit of a white cast, but not a big white cast. It's really, really lovely. And Make Prem is a trusted brand. It's a hybrid, as I recall. I can't read it because the magnifying glass is in the other room. Some more dermatology, the water cream. I finally finished this. I have used this instead of my Hada Labo. They're very different formulas. Hada Labo is very watery, and this is kind of thick. Let's see if there's anything left. I already have a replacement, so there's still a little bit left, so I wanted to put it in here. It's lovely. Again, I feel that people who have oily skin will like this. For me, I like to layer different weights of moisturizer instead of just, boop, there's my moisturizer. And this one is my first moisturizer, very light. And then I go on with the liquid gold for my day program. My night program, all bets are off. Now this is really interesting. This is called Be Magic, and I'm throwing it away because it's expired. It's old. I got it at Whole Foods. I will link it below. I'll find it somewhere. And it's kind of like the Egyptian magic, except for there's propolis in here. And this is like a salve. It's something that I might use if I'm really feeling just destroyed. If it's very, very windy. We get these winds called Santa Anas. They're hot and they're dry and they kill you. And I might put this on at night, even maybe day, if I have a very specific issue. So it's a bit of a salve with propolis, which is very hydrating, and it's lovely. It's lovely. It's one of those things that I have in my arsenal for emergencies. It's not part of my daily routine, but I have a lot of stuff in the bathroom for if, what if, or when, because usually it's not if, it is when. So this is my Westman Atelier Serum. It is, well, I don't know if it's refillable. When I ran out, I bought another one and I forgot to see if they have a refill. But this is glass. It is branded, but it's, you know, the other packaging. I love this. I opened it up to get every single bit out of it. I am doing research on a video and it started to get a little complicated because someone wanted me to compare it to another one, the serum from Victoria Beckham, and just, you know, rabbit hole. I love what this has done to my skin. I bought another one immediately, and not on sale, by the way. I paid full price for this, and it is expensive, but it does something. I don't know what it is, but it makes my skin look more youthful immediately when I put it on, which says it's probably not the ingredients in the immediate. There's something else in here, but I just find it to feel nourishing and lovely. And I will do a video and break it down what the ingredients are and maybe why I like it so much another time. But if you run into a sale somewhere, run. I told you that I wanted to mix it up a little bit and go back to my Trunk Elephant Sea Serum just for one cycle because I had a lot of points at Sephora. I could get it for free. $70, I think, for a vitamin C is expensive, and I love my May-Love, that's fine. But the first C serum I ever used was this one, and this is the one that I saw the most changes with, which is very common. Your first C, if it's a good C, that's the C you're going to see a lot of changes with. And I wanted to get into it again for a month, and it didn't disappoint. It is lovely. If it wasn't $70, I just can't see spending that much money. I know that's weird because I'm spending that much money on this. I pick and choose where I spend my money. A lot of my skincare is very, very affordable, and a couple of things are expensive. And I'd rather have fewer things expensive when something that is technically just as good ingredient-wise. But I will cycle into this again, I have to say. Maybe I'll do this twice a year and then do the May-Love for the rest of the time. It's beautiful. If you have sensitive skin and you're looking for a vitamin C, this is a great place to start. This is just a fabulous mascara by Ilia. I have it in full size. It smells like Fritos. I don't think that's a good thing. Kopari. This is beautiful, and I keep it right here. I have a couple of things I just keep here for my lips because they're always so dry, but quite old. Ooh. Ooh. This needs to go in the trash. But if you're looking for something from Sephora that feels nourishing and healing as opposed to, I have to say, I should probably throw away, but I can't bring myself to throw away one that I got. I can't remember the brand, and every time I put it on, I think, I swear this is drying my lips out. This doesn't do that. So just a few more skincare things, and then we're going to go into makeup. This is the Tula Mineral Magic Sunscreen, which I love. I always have one open. It feels very similar to me to the Tatcha, but this is peach and the Tatcha is pink, so this helps to diffuse my redness a little bit, which I really appreciate. I feel the Tatcha might be a little bit more silky feeling, a little more dimethicone is really what I mean, which I don't really enjoy when the weather is hot. And the Tatcha is a 50 SPF, while this one is a 30 or 35. Again, I can't see, but I love this. My Dermatology Needleless Serum, I already have another one going, but this, I was only using it at night for a long time because I was concerned about the vitamin C with the blue peptides. I can't remember what they're called right now. But I did a little more research and I found that if they do have those kind of peptides in them, then it's not enough to be problematic with my vitamin C. So now I've started using it again in the morning. So morning and evening with this one, and it's lovely. It's packed with peptides, and you know, we don't know. The jury's still out on peptides, but as I've heard other people say, what if it does work and we don't find out for 15 years? It's like, wow, 15 years I could have been using this. As far as collagen production goes, what we do know about peptides is it's very hydrating. So this is a beautiful active serum. And I think, oh, one more thing, my Augustinus butter. I love this. This is expensive. It lasts me for 6 months. Or does it last me a year? It lasted me more than 6 months, this one. I think this is my third, because I bought another one. So I'm on my third, which I just started using it, and I cannot remember. It lasts for a long time. I use it at night. There was a period where I was using it day 2, and you can use this under your makeup. It is thick, but you can. You just got to let it set up for a while. After you put it on, I find that any kind of greasiness or emollients goes away, and it has a dry touch to it. So day or night, incredibly occlusive, and I just would not be without it. I love it so much. Like I said, a lot of my skincare is not expensive, and a couple of things they are, and I'm okay with it. I'm 60. I need it. All right, let's go on to makeup. I don't have a lot of room here, you guys, and I get a little crazy when things are overcrowded, so from time to time I look through things. And while this palette is very pretty from Fenty, I never use it. I feel that for me, maybe the ratio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know. There's nothing really wrong with it, but I never pull to it. And it's in such good shape. I'm going to see if I have a friend who might want this, somebody who's not into makeup, because the palette is super neutral to cool, so it'll look good on women who have a pinker skin tone. And this one from Huda. These little things that she used to do were brilliant when they first came out. And it seems to me for the past 3 years, they're all brown. And I didn't love this so much when I bought it. I bought it for the channel. A lot of what I buy for me, or I buy products to review, but they're products I'm interested in. And lately, I have not been buying products that I should buy for a review because I'm just not interested in them. This was one of the things I wasn't interested in, bought it for the channel, and probably should have returned it. It's quite dark. I like the idea of these pinky chocolates. I do. But I never ever turn to it, and yeah, if you've been watching me for a while, you have seen me use my By Terry Hydra powder pretty much every single time I use it. Even if I use another powder, I still do this one. There's still a teeny bit left in this, but I bought a new one at a dermatology at a derm store sale. And it was so interesting because even though there's some in here, the texture is much different on the newer one. So, you know, sometimes you don't take something until every last little millimeter is gone, every shadow, every whisper, and especially because I have the new one already. So, yeah, this lasts me for a very long time. I think I've had this for about 3 years, and I use it every single day. Just use a little. It's fantastic. Also recently I did 31 foundations. I went through all my foundations, and it's time to throw a couple away. This I'm throwing away because there's nothing left, which is weird because I don't remember using it. I remember breaking this open thinking, oh, I need a new one, but not using it. And they don't make it like this anymore. It has a different packaging and the formula is different, but the color was also different. And this color I felt was very, very good for me when my skin is a little bit lighter. They reformulated this weeks after I bought my first bottle. And I contacted a couple of people, and I finally found out that the only color that's changing is this one. So I bought 5 bottles. So I every couple of months, I haven't done it in a while, I go in the closet. It's in a closet that the sun doesn't hit, it's dark, it's cool, and I shake them up. And this is probably my 2nd or 3rd model of this. It's beautiful. I decided to throw away the Lumiere Aqua from Chanel because of 2 things. One, Chanel is really difficult with the shades. If you're a Chanel wearer, please illuminate me. I know BD is gold, and I know that, what is this, B? Is supposed to be beige, but I find this beige to be a little bit warm, and I know that they have a shades that start with R, that end with R. Those are rosy. That's what I know. What I don't know is this. Some, but not all of their foundations, have other numbers in between 20 and 30. But I was under the impression, and the Chanel site doesn't explain it. God bless the high-end sites. It's like, you have to figure it out on your own. We're not here to explain anything to you. And that's what Chanel's all about. I don't know what those are. Like 20.5. I think there's even a 7.5. I don't understand it. Please help me. This is 20. No, this is 30. This is 20 or 30, whatever. 20 is too light. 30 is too deep. They're both too warm, but the rose looks like death on me. And I find that this doesn't look that great on me. Somebody had said when I did that video, they love it. It's their favorite. And that's fantastic. What you want out of your foundation is different than me. Your skin type is different than mine. For me, I feel that this is nothing more than pigment. It doesn't give me something special. It doesn't have a little bit of a luminosity to it. I don't mean shine. I just mean it's just pigment in a carrier. And I don't feel that it does anything for me, so I'm going to throw it out. Also, it's quite old. The By Terrybly Densiliss, I brought this up in that video, and I bought this when I was feeling low. And I wanted to treat myself, but By Terry, much like Chantecaille, this is so lovely, by the way. If you can find a color in this, it has beautiful coverage. It looks gorgeous on the skin. And yes, on my hand it looks great, but it's not a good shade for me. It looks weird on me, but it's so comfortable. It does have that slight rose scent. I bought this before I had this channel, so this is more than 3 years old, so it's going in the trash. But I do recommend it if you like a heavier coverage, very strong medium coverage, and you have dry skin. You're not going to get a really super shiny, glowy look, but maybe you can see there's a little bit of a nice skin-like finish to this. MAC Fake Samadhi, I also mentioned that in here. This is really old, and this kind of formula doesn't last for a long time. And I have my Dior Face and Body. I know they reformulated this, and I haven't been interested in the reformulation. From what I've heard, the colors are completely different, and the formula is very different, and I don't know, they did a radiant formula, and I feel that a lot of people will pull out this kind of foundation in the summer when it's sweaty and they want to look a little more matte and they want their foundation to actually stay on their face. So I'm not sure why they did a radiant one. Anyway, going out. I deeply regret buying these, you guys. And here's the thing. These are the Lisa Eldridge glosses. I bought them purely to review because I don't find these to be incredibly comfortable. I'm very fussy when it comes to glosses. I've gotten more used to glosses, I have to say, and I'm beginning to get more into them, but I don't find these comfortable, and I don't really care for the colors. I wanted to, but the truth is when I bought all of these, I did my review, and I really never, a couple of them I really tried. I have 2 neutrals here. I'm like, well, that's a good way to go. But neither of them look pretty on me. I'm just going to put some on. And then I have some in brights, which, I don't know, there's something about a gloss in a bright that I don't get. Why go there? Like a bright red gloss, that's not going to be my jam. I love a red lipstick. I love a red matte lipstick. Or a cream, but not in a gloss. And this color, again, this is one of those berry colors that has blue in it, so beautiful in fall. But again, I just not in a gloss, not for me. So this, I think, is doing absolutely nothing for me. Nothing. Well, I'll put on one of these darker colors and show you what I mean. It's just, it doesn't work on my skin tone. It does nothing for me. Why would it's just, look, my aesthetic. Why would I do a red lip gloss when I prefer a red lipstick? I also think lip glosses make my lips look more narrow because the light is reflecting and the eye is perceiving that that is where the lip is, where that reflection is, instead of, you know, the full body of the lip. I don't know how to explain it. I have before, but right now I'm having a hard time explaining it. I just finished something up and I realized that I got something wrong. So first of all, this Huda Beauty, this is for blush and cheeks, and I love it on my lips. But I was holding this up as I was talking about these. This is the Nars Liquid Blush. They're old, they have separated, and I didn't use them all that often because I didn't love this on my cheeks all that much. But I found it useful. I would mix it sometimes if I had a foundation that had too much yellow in it to help tone that down. And this one, I don't know why, I didn't like this color on me. It just didn't work on me. And then, of course, I pulled these out when I was reviewing the new iteration. So this is the new blush, liquid blush from Nars, which is half the product as this one. But I like the packaging better. I'm really kind of tired of this matte black because it gets so filthy. So this is a nice change, and this is lovely on the cheeks. This is a doe foot. This is a pump. And yeah, it's going in the trash. It's old, don't really like the colors, and they have a new product, time to throw it away. And that is going to wrap up today's video, you guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about some of the products that I love. And yeah, until we meet again, be safe and smart, and I'm wishing you good health.